Yo, what's cracking, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Mono Team Monday, and at the request of a couple of you guys, I am bringing a Mono Fairy type team. Can you dig it? So I'm bringing a Gramble, who's my favorite on this team by far. Just by far. And I'm bringing a Mawile, who's our Mega, a Whimsicott, a Azumarill, Gardevoir, and a Sylveon. And our opponent today is from the Netherlands, and his name is Merligin. And I keep wanting to call him Merlin because that's what the name looks like. But so no disrespect towards you, Merligin, if I do call you Merlin several times throughout this match. But he is bringing some pretty powerful threats to this team. Namely that Metagross, Scolipede, and possibly that Togekiss. But this was a pretty close battle, and let's get it underway, shall we? I'm eating chocolate pudding right now, so if I'm talking a bit fast, that might be why. But yeah, chocolate pudding, guys. So Merlin's issuing a challenge here, and he leads off with Venom. His Scolipede, I love the way shiny Scolipede looks. It's just like a fruit roll-up or something, I don't know. But I go ahead and lead off with my Charles Barkley, my Gramble here. So I get the Intimidate off, which never hurts. But, you know, I wanted to lead off with my Whimsicott to get that taunt and stuff, but a Mega Horn from the Sting would have killed me. But, however, I do go into Polyester now, my Whimsicott, because I thought he would go for the Protect. Which is actually what ended up happening here. So, kudos. So, I want to go for the taunt anyways, but he goes ahead and withdraws, which actually surprised me quite a bit. But, you know, nonetheless, he still makes a good play and goes out into this Dorito-looking bug here, Volcarona. As I go for the taunt anyways, that is certainly not wasted because this thing can't go for Quiver Dances right now. That's the thing with Volcaronas, I never know what they're packing. They're so diverse sometimes. Although they look like Doritos that are flying. But I go into Wabbit here, who's wearing the Assault Vest. So this Fiery Dance is not going to do a damn thing. Not a damn thing, guys. He does get that special attack raise regardless, but it won't matter. So he goes ahead and withdraws again, which is nice because I actually went for the knockoff here. And he goes into this Jello Whip, so this thing is going to get hurt like it fell off a bike and it wasn't wearing knee pads and it just scraped its knees on pavement. That's the first thing that came to mind of me, guys. Don't judge me here. But I gotta withdraw now because I don't want my Azumarill getting burned, despite the fact that my Gramble does have Heal Bell. So I go into Mandy here, my shiny Sylveon. She takes the burn. Why doesn't she have Heal Bell, you ask? Well, it's a complex story. I'm not gonna get into that now. But so now he's gonna go withdraw this Jellyfish Wisp and go into Lets It Go, the original nickname there, guys. And this thing is going to be a big pain in my backside because Mandy was probably the best candidate to take this thing's attacks. But I go into Charles Barkley here. My reasoning behind that is because I have Ice Fang on Charles Barkley. So I go ahead and get a Thunder Wave on me, which is not ideally what I'd want. But, you know, most of my team is, well, let's see. Everybody except for Whimsicott is basically slow as hell anyways. And it avoids the damn Ice Fang. Like, come on, man. I get Air Slash in the face. And I flinch. So I'm like, alright, Charles Barkley, you gotta get substituted out of the game right now because you are just messing up, man. Clean up in aisle 5. So I go into Mandy again, which is who I should have stayed with from the very beginning. She's burned, so she can't get Thunder Wave. It goes for an Air Slash, and I'm like, you're probably gonna flinch me, aren't you? But he doesn't. So that's nice. But right now, I really gotta, you know, start taking care of business with this Togekiss because I don't know what's gonna go for. And he shows me the Nasty Plot, and I'm like, okay. I'm not gonna get into a battle with Calm Mind and Nasty Plot here, so I go for the Wish because I want a Baton Pass into something that could just hopefully make this Togekiss switch out or damage it. And we all know Charles Barkley's not pulling his weight right now, so I can't pick him. God damn it, Charles Barkley. He goes to another Nasty Plot, so he's sitting at +4 special attack right now. Which means Mandy is probably gonna die anyways if I leave her in here. So I need to get that Baton Pass off. Luckily I do. Can you imagine if that didn't work out somehow? Anyways, I go into what looks like a suicidal play, bringing out Polyester, but I assure you it's not because I go for the Encore. Can I get an Encore? Do you want more? Sorry, I have to do it. But he goes to another Nasty Plot because, like, he had a choice. So he's in a +6 special attack here, and he's gotta withdraw. So predicting that, I went for the Leech Seed as he brings out Balls of Steel, the shiny Metagross. Actually, I went for Switcheroo. I actually have a Lagging Tail on this Whimsicott, so he gets the Lagging Tail, and I get a Weakness Policy. Not too shabby. If I had something that could actually deal damage, then that would have been even more useful. But I go into Maneater, my shiny Mile, thinking I can get the Intimidate off, but I keep forgetting Metagross packs the clear body. So that sucks, because Mile, I thought she was gonna die here. She's a Maneater, but she hangs on, because she's a Maneater, yo. So I go ahead and Mega Evolve here, and at this point I was like, is he gonna predict the Sucker Punch? There's really no reason why I shouldn't go for the Sucker Punch anyways. So I did go for that. And you'd think it would do a little less damage, but it actually did a crap ton as Maneater goes down to an Earthquake. But she put in work. The whole reason why I have her on this team is to counter other Steel and Poison types. So she did her job. As I bring Polyester back in here, as she does resist Earthquake, I go for another Encore. This guy's just keep making plays, man, that I love. So you gotta get Encores. But goes for another Earthquake, of course, like he had a choice. And that's not going to do much at all. So he's going to go with and withdraw Balls of Steel. Send out this Togekiss again. I'm like, crap. You know, despite the fact that I have a weakness policy, I can't put it to use. So I just go for a Leech Seed here. Because at least if Polyester dies and bites the dust and gets turned into a pair of jeans, at least something can reap the benefit of this Leech Seed. Hopefully Mandy. But I go for a Taunt anyways, just to, you know, prevent this thing from nasty plotting its way into mayhem. As he goes with the Air Slash. Probably, you know, it looks like I wasted Polyester there, but I think that Taunt was necessary. So I do go back out into Mandy here, who's burned. I think Mandy always gets burned, I don't know why. But she takes Air Slash pretty nicely, and I don't get a flinch. So I go for the Wish. Things are running pretty smoothly right now. They could have been a lot worse, believe me. I would have been banging my forehead on the table at this point. But I get some Leech Seed recovery, which is also nice. Always nice. It's like when you go into a buffet and you see like your favorite foods, and then you see like your other favorite foods. It's always nice. But it goes and withdraws Let It Go, because is that a Frozen reference? I don't know. Would it be? I don't think so. It goes into Balls of Steel again, so I'm like, I see you. So I gotta switch out because I don't want to take a Bullet Punch anyways. Go back into Wabbit, who's bulky, and being a water type, he will resist steel moves, and he wouldn't get hurt by ground moves as much. But I do outspeed thanks to that Lagging Tail. So that was Polyester's legacy left on this Metagross. So that knockoff scores a crit and takes this thing down. See you later. You know, I probably would have been better off putting that Lagging Tail on the Togekiss, but whatever. So he goes for a superpower here. I have no clue why, really. Because he does know I resist it, but I guess he's going for those stat boosts. Which is also, it's interesting with Malamar. It makes me want to use it. That and like when we get like Contrary Superior. But this Play Rough does a hell of a lot of damage. So he goes and withdraws. He basically kind of wasted that Malamar there. But seeing as how nearly everybody on my team has Fairy type moves, he's going to come sooner or later. So I go for the Aqua Jet. My intention was to finish off that Malamar, but this freaking Togekiss comes back out and roosts. And I'm like, screw you, Togekiss. So go for a Waterfall. Because I'm like, if I can score a flinch on a flincher, that's justice. But I don't get a flinch, so whatever. Screw you too, Togekiss. As this Jellicent comes back out, I'm like, crap. It's gonna burn me, and I can't do anything about it. It even outspeeds me. I'm like, god damn it. Asumero's base speed is 50 and this thing's base speed is 60. How? How? It's not even in water. So I have to go back out into Mandy because I can't afford to get hit with whatever it wants to do to me. And I go for a Hyper Voice. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, it lives with like a sliver of HP. And you guys will see that is like the downfall. The downfall of like my momentum here. Pretty much this Jellicent is what made this match really close. I'll just go ahead and tell you guys right now, we're probably about like halfway through this battle. So yeah, we got a long ways to go. So I get up another Wish and he goes for a Taunt. I'm like, alright, I see you. I probably wasn't gonna go for another status type, you know, non-attacking move anyways. It would have been nice to baton pass up to something, but now I can't even do that. So screw you, Jellicent. So I got a hard switch out now, thanks to this thing's Taunt. And I go back out into Wabbit, because I doubt he would want to go for a Will-O-Wisp. He goes for a Water Spout, actually. So that's interesting. I had not seen Jellicent with Water Spout yet. And if he had chosen to go on for the Will-O-Wisp that turn, I would have been screwed, man. I mean, I do have Heal Bell on, what's his name? Charles Barkley, but yeah. So he actually goes and withdraws and goes into Let It Go. I'm like, crap. But I go for the Play Rough anyways, because at least it'll do neutral damage. And it's just shy of taking it out, and he actually leaves the Token Kiss in, take it down with an Aqua Jet. Yeah! So, that was a big pressure off my shoulder, because that was the whole reason I had to keep Mandy alive. Now he sends out this Volcarona, and he makes a sweet-ass play here. You'll see. Knowing I'd go for a water move, and I knew I shouldn't have, he sends out Jello-Wisp, his Jellicent again, and he gets the Water Absorb. Good play. Good play, man. I really should have went for a knockoff there. So that's going to end up coming back to bite me in the ass in the future, but I go back out into Charles Barkley predicting a Will-O-Wisp here. Because, of course, my chocolate pudding just fell all over the floor. Wow. That's going to have to stay there for now. That's disgusting, but I get some leftovers recovery and just switch out, because there's nothing I can do to this Jellicent with Charles Barkley. So I go back out into Mandy here, because she's my special wall. And she's already burned. Then he opts to go for another Water Spout. So that's just peachy, but I actually live it. I actually live it here and get some little leftovers recovery. She gets 19 HP back, and I'm like, are you gonna live this burn damage? You're not. Wow. Damn it, man. Burns. They always come back to burn and bite you in that butt. Burns bite you in the butt. Triple B. So I go into Barbie here. My plan is pretty much to get that Water Absorb, just in case he wants to go for a Water Spout. And he actually goes and withdraws. So I believe I actually went for the Psy Shock here. Yeah. And, you know, in hindsight, I'm kind of wondering how much Hidden Power Ground would have done, because, you know, Barbie carries Hidden Power Ground now. But another Psy Shock will take this Volcarona out, which is really nice, because I was really afraid of that thing setting up and just bug buzzing me to hell, or like fiery dancing me. So he goes and sends out this Scolipede now. And I'm like, alright. He protects. I don't know how much Psy Shock would have done to it anyways, because it's neutral, right? Yeah, it's neutral. So, you know, at that point, I would have loved to use Will-O-Wisp, but Barbie's Choice Scarf. So that wasn't possible at that point. So I go into Wabbit here, as he goes for a Mega Horn, and that's probably going to do a laughable amount of damage, yeah. Not too much at all. He gets another speed boost, of course, and I believe right here I opt to go for... What do I do here? Play Rough. I think it's a Play Rough, because I was afraid of him baton passing into that Malamar. But what I really should have done all along was keep going for knockoffs, because... This is the moment in which my balls just drop to the floor, and I'm like, crap. Sends in the Will-O-Wisp, who now outspeeds me. And I'm like, okay, I get one Play Rough off. It's almost dead, but I can't go for an Aqua Jet anyways, even if I wanted to. Oh, I could if I wanted to. What am I saying? So I go into Charles Barkley here, predicting a Will-O-Wisp. And at this point, I'm panicking. I'm like, what the heck do I do? What the heck do I do? This thing outspeeds me. And that's not good news at all. So... here we begin the game of Recover Stall. And I'm like, crap, man. My stomach just sank right there. I'm like, oh my god. So I go for an Earthquake, because Ice Fang or Fire Fang aren't really going to do a damn thing to this Jellicent. And that's about as much damage I can do right there. So I'm like, okay, it's not too bad at all. If I can find some way to hang on, I'll be okay. So I go back out into Barbie. And I'm planning to trace this thing's Water Absorb again, because at least if it wants to go for a Water Spout, it's going to heal me up. So he does go for another Recover, like the recovering jellyfish he is. As I wipe this chocolate pudding off of my foot here. He goes for a Will-O-Wisp, and I'm like, okay, he was probably predicting me to go back out into Azumarill, but that would have been a rookie mistake, I would say. And if I had done that, it would have been game over for me. So I go and Will-O-Wisp him back, which I thought was funny, because I thought he would have went into his Malamar. So that's nice. We're both burned as he taunts me, and the joke's on him, because, you know, I am Choice Scarf, but Will-O-Wisp is my own non-attacking move, so I gotta switch out here regardless. And I did something stupid here and misclicked attack or fight or whatever it is, so I have to use Struggle. I'm like, is that even gonna touch him? Because I thought Struggle was a normal type move, but whatever. It does like a minuscule amount of damage plus that burn, so better than completely nothing, right? I don't know. I think I would have rather just done nothing that turn. But I have to switch out, go out to something else because I need Barbie around because she casts a Side Shock. So I go out into Charles Barkley here. Forgive me if I sound distant because I'm on the floor wiping up chocolate pudding. But yeah. He cannot burn me because I am paralyzed. And as this thing's taking residual burn damage, I need to switch out anyways because Charles Barkley will not like taking a water spout at all. At all. So I go back out and use Barbie, who's got the water absorb, which I was predicting to come back. And this is the play of the game. Barbie just goes like, psh, psh. She's now Aqua Barbie and gets Water Spout to heal her up. So right now, goes out and taunts me again. I'm not too sure why. I guess he thought I had recover or something like that. But I actually go for the Side Shock here. And I'm like, take him out, take him out, take him out, take him out. But it doesn't. This thing is a damn tease, man. I can't tell you how many times in this battle, you guys will see, I don't even have to tell you, that this thing stays at that sliver of HP and just uses recover. So I think, I'm not sure if it was right here or something, but I did go and look up how much PP recover has. I thought it was like 20, and I was like, shit, there's no way I can stall that out. But it was only 10, so I was like, okay, I can do this, I can do this. Can't burn me. Even if it does burn me, I got Heal Bell and Water Spout. You should be able to get that if I keep Earthquaking you. So that's the game plan for now, Charles. That's the game plan. So he goes and uses the Will-O-Wisp, but of course it fails. And I'm paralyzed, so I'm like, whatever. Whatever, just kill me. At this point, I was really thinking I would lose this battle right here. Like right now. Because this Gelatin, if I had only known that you would baton pass your speed boost to this Gelatin. But it's nearly back up to full HP, and I did something really stupid here. I don't know why I went for the Heal Bell. I really don't know why. So now I'm open to burns, but at least Barbie's cured of her burn, so maybe I can get one more turn of longevity out of her. But this thing, I really don't know what to do. So I gotta switch back out into Barbie. That's the only thing I can do. And I gotta go for Side Shocks. So at least I get that water absorb back, preventing me from taking damage from Water Spouts, as he goes for another Will-O-Wisp. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. Something worse could have happened. And right now, I would say he's, you know, if he did want to go for a Water Spout, it wouldn't be enough to kill me. So goes for the taunt, and I'm like, all right, I don't have anything, but I'm not gonna tell you that. So I go for a Side Shock, and I'm like, come on, crit, 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 crit. It does not crit, and he's back into red again. Oh my god, this thing just won't die. At this point, I'm like, I wish I had my Sylveon. Because not only would I be able to give Barbie a little more of a fighting chance, but I'd be able to outstall this thing better. So I get one more Side Shock off on this Jellicent, and the whole time I was kind of like, well, you know, if he decides to switch out into Malamar, that would have pretty much been GG. But at least that Jellicent wouldn't have the speed boost. But unfortunately, Barbie goes down and she's sleeping with the fishes. So I'm hanging on to Charles Barkley here, who is... The nice thing about that little stall thing is he is now at full health thanks to his leftovers. So this friggin' Jellicent goes for another recover, and I'm just like cheese heck right now. Cheese as heck. I'm also cheese because my chocolate pudding fell on the floor. But I went for a Heal Bell predicting a Will-O-Wisp, just in case he did want to burn me. So luckily enough, he does not end up going for a Will-O-Wisp again on Charles Barkley, which I was surprised about. And he actually went for a Water Spout there. Not sure why. Maybe, well, I am running a defensive Granbull, so maybe he thought I was offensive. But even so, I'm more defensive and especially defensive. So I go for an Earthquake because that's the only thing I can hit this thing with enough damage to keep this Water Spout at bay from getting monstrous. And here's time number 3 when it's in the red. Holy crap. Just die already. Come on, man. Just go shave your mustache or something. I gotta keep going for Earthquakes here. I'm hanging on a dear life here. Charles Barkley's putting in work. In hindsight, I don't know if I'd rather have kept Play Rough on him, but than Heal Bell or whatever. But I need to have something with an electric type move on this team now. I don't know if I want to put that on Barbie, Thunderbolt, or him with Thunderfang. Anyways, this Earthquake hits, doesn't get a crit. I'm not trying to rhyme, just killing time. And you know what? It could be worse. This thing could be doing like dealing 2-hit KO damage to me, but it's not. So the only thing he can do is Water Spout. And I was curious to see what this thing's fourth move was, because it has what? Water Spout, Will-O-Wisp, Recover, and I don't know what else it has. It's it did not use it, surprisingly. What would it have been? Probably a Ghost move? Maybe he thought I was part normal and that's why he didn't go for the Ghost move. I don't know. But he goes on withdraws now, which I'm like, hallelujah. I don't have to deal with this thing's crap anymore. And it sends out Delta Squid. So I'm like, okay, hopefully this Earthquake takes you out, because I don't want to deal with your nonsense. And it does. So I'm like, whoo! I don't know what my opponent was thinking there, but holy crap. That was miraculous, yo. So he goes out and sends out Venom again. I'm like, alright, I gotta stop this history from repeating itself here. And he opts to go for the Swords Dance. He probably thought I would think he was going for the Protect or something, but I'm like, ha! I got that Fire Fang, yo! Burnt Centipede. Anytime you see a Scolipede in these battles, they always end up taking fire attacks. I feel sorry for them. But he gets some Leftovers Recovery, and I don't know what he's intending to do here, so I was kind of afraid. But he ended up going for a Mega Horn. I'm like, alright, that's fine. I did think he would Baton Pass, but he didn't. And he takes another Fire Fang and lives it. I'm like, crap, man. If, I don't know if I could take another Mega Horn if it's a crit. But, we'll see. And I actually get pretty lucky here because he Baton Passes out into the Jellicent, which is why I went for the Ice Fang. I don't even know. Like, Fire Fang probably would have killed it too, but I was like, I ain't taking no chances with this thing. This thing is dying and not coming back. So the Ice Fang didn't even kill it, but I'm like, all right, at least the burn's on there. So if Ice Fang didn't do anything, what would a Fire Fang have done? You know, nonetheless, the burn would have probably taken it out, but yeah. Bam, Jellicent, sayonara, sucker. Go eat some sushi. You're done. So this Venom is here, and at this point, I was worried this guy would just DC on me, but he was a pretty good sport about it. So he goes for the Protect just to get another speed boost off. As I went for the Fire Fang there. I'm like, alright, we're sitting pretty, Charles, we're sitting pretty. I would have liked to finish that Jellicent off with Waddit, the Azumarill. Wascally Waddit! But he goes for the Mega Horn and he misses. And this Fire Fang pretty much seals the deal. Woo! I can't, like, my legs were shaking, man. I got up and I feel like I was like an old man sitting in a movie theater for the past 6 hours. But yeah, man, that was a pretty close, tight battle. And like I said, had things gone a bit differently, I would have smacked my forehead on the table so hard that I've been in purple instead of brown Spidey. Purple Spidey. But yeah, guys, that was my first run at a Mono Fairy team. Let me know what you think. I would be willing to use this team again. You know what? If you guys ever see a team that I use on a Mono Team Monday, or even a theme team Thursday, just drop a comment below. Hashtag Encore. If you guys want to see that team come back for a second week in a row. I'm down for that. But as always, guys, please smash that like button for me. It helps me out a crap ton. And as always, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.